Where? What world? Oh, is that... Can you freeze him? Is there multiple... Yeah, I'm just gonna keep running, sorry. Oh shit, I'm getting debolted. Oh my god, we are so fucked. I gotta start praying melee. Go southeast. Why am I alive? Keep the staff. Just keep the staff, keep the staff. Okay, I get my staff, thank God. Hey guys, what's up? It's Andrew, and today we're going to be going over some deep Wildy PKing clips. Definitely one of my favorite things to do in RuneScape is to PK, especially deep Wildy. It's always a little bit exciting knowing that kind of your life is on the line, everybody's life is on the line, whereas like edge PKing and stuff, you can just teleport at any moment. It's not really as kind of scary. Same with Deadman. That's kind of why I did like playing the Deadman tournament a lot, just because that kind of survival aspect of it, kill or be killed, etc. Couple of things to mention before we start. I just want to let you guys know that I did change my control settings for PKing recently. So basically what I had before is F2 was my magic spellbook and F3 was the prayer book. And I had to use both my left index finger to cover both of those, and that was kind of inefficient because it's not easy to move your finger side to side when you're PKing and such. So what I'm trying to do now instead is I moved the prayer book to one of my mouse buttons on my Razor Death Adder. So I have a hotkey on my mouse button, which is kind of odd, but I think it's better in the long run, but I'm not quite used to it yet, so you will see some kind of, you know, some mistakes in this PKing, but I mean, I think it's the best in the long run. Not that I was the greatest hybrid in the first place. I mean, I'm still learning to be better at this. You know, you can try to do things as fast as possible, but oftentimes it just means you'll make some mistakes, so taking it slow sometimes is the best way to do it. I do want to address one comment that I got in the last video, and this is just one person out of like 4,000 people or something that watched that video, so I don't think this is a majority opinion, but I don't understand why people have a problem with killing the wilderness bosses. That's literally the point of the wilderness bosses, is that with wilderness rejuvenation, is that the wilderness bosses have very good drops, but they're in the wilderness, so the only reason those drops are valuable is because it's hard to kill those bosses because other people can kill you. And what's fun about it is that sometimes you can PK the PKers killing the wilderness bosses, and it's just a great cycle that really works out great for everyone. And you guys know I do more wilderness bosses than I do PKing in the wilderness, so I've certainly died countless times getting, you know, all the different pets. I have the Scorpia pet, and you're going to see a lot of Scorpia PKing in this video, so I've been on both sides of the table when it comes to this, and yeah, I'm really just playing the game as it's intended. And hunting down these PVMers, and you know, when I go and kill the bosses, I get hunted down too. So anyway, that's just my 2 cents. I might as well address this now. I do like the PKing community in the sense that it's so much fun, but I don't understand the trash talk that's constantly always occurring in the PKing community. I don't really see the point in calling someone like a rat or something when you just kill them 10v1 with your clan. Like, I don't really get it. I think, in my opinion, you should just say good fight or GG. No reason to like insult people for no reason. You know, I don't know what the point of it is. I come from the Super Smash Bros. Melee community where when you kind of place someone in a set and you beat them, you shake their hand. Even if you're the best player in the world and they're the worst player in the world, it's pretty, you know, there's a certain level of respect that you can kind of expect in the game, but some PKers don't have that. But anyway, that's just my 2 cents on how people can be kind of toxic sometimes in the PKing community. But I hope to certainly not be like that for the most part. The only time I'm ever like trash talking is when people try to get me to skull trick, which I think is ridiculous. There's no way I'm going to fall for that. But otherwise, I try to be kind of, you know, respectful. I mean, it's literally a game. People take it way too seriously. But with all that said and done, let's move on to some of the cool clips we got for you guys. So a lot of the PKing I've been doing is solo PKing at Scorpia, and this is a boss, like I've said, I understand very well. I took 618 kills to get the pet for this boss, which was quite lucky, but that still takes a very long time. And it's very dangerous because it's multi-combat. If a clan comes, which you might see later, I'm totally fucked. But in the meantime, we can spec some people out with a Gmaul, and boom, dead so quick. The great thing about the Gmaul here is just, and look at that, occult necklace PK. This is better than doing freaking Slayer. So the great thing about the Gmall at this place is that these people are all in robes, and I normally hate the Gmall. I mean, it just always hits zeros. That's because I usually do main PKing. But yeah, it's just a very inaccurate weapon. But in this place, everyone hits everyone's wearing robes. You can just really maul right through them, literally. No pun intended. But and I'm very careful with this loot pile because someone pointed out in the last video that I missed an unholy blessing, that it was at the bottom of the pile, and I felt really bad about it, even though it was like only 150k. A couple of people pointed that out. It's very hard to loot, like when you're getting attacked by a boss and you're under pressure. But I think I did a little bit better of a job at this time. But I was being very careful not to miss anything. So Scorpia is really the best example of Wilderness Rejuvenation because the loot from it is very good, and you have to bring a lot of runes to kill it. So you can actually get very good profit. There's 800k from that one guy who I spec'd out. Definitely worthwhile to PK here for money. It's actually quite good money per hour if people are killing it. So here's a clip that's extremely bizarre, so watch this carefully. So I'm hopping to World 78 here, American World, and look at this guy saying clan event. Exactly, this is what's going on. There's like 5 people here, all killing Scorpia, and unfortunately as a solo PKer, you just kind of have to pick one. It's very hard to kill 2 people at once. I mean, it's hard enough to kill 1 person, especially when they got like 6 brews in their inventory and you only have 1 set of specs. But I did pick this one guy in the Zami robes. Maybe he has like, a lot of runes and loot on him. You never know. The ideal thing would be to check these people's mage level and see who's getting most of the kills. But so here I can pretty much get this guy can't log out inside the cave because you'll always be inside the combat in the cave. And if you X-log, the Scorpia boss will kill you pretty quick. So he has to come out and smoke him out of the cave here and just welling on this guy. Actually doing a decent job of the switching here. Like I said, I don't mind doing 1 extra hit of the whip or barrage to just ensure that I'm going to do an accurate switch and getting right ahead of this guy. I might not have had coins in my inventory here. Let's see if I do, because the resource area is a good place for them to escape. But honestly, the best place to escape would be the Magic Axe Hut because of I do have coins, because it's just impossible to PJ there. Look at that guard in the distance. Scold guy, Scorpia killer. What the fuck is he doing, Scold? So I say, fuck that loot. Let's go get the Scold guy and make some bang. So I'm running after this guy. There's no way I can catch up to him. It looks like he's barraging his friend, which I have no idea why he's doing that. And look, his friend's like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Look what his friend says. What you do. And this guy is not even praying. He's super panicking. I don't know why he would skull on his friend. I guess he doesn't kill Scorpia. Dude, what are you thinking? LMAO. That's what his clanmate's telling him. And I'm just got this guy totally fucked. There's no way he's going to live. And then I get PJ'd. So fuck my life. This guy who was also in his clan PJ'd me. And I almost die a couple times here. But I was really sad about this because that's like a gold mine. A Scold guy at Scorpia. I mean, there's no better opportunity for loot. What I was thinking I would try here is to freeze under him. Freeze the guy, stand under him, and then try to attack the other guy again. But it was just really not possible. But remember, I still killed that guy already. So I have to go back and get some more loot. And I got to break the web here. So, all that guy's loot is on the ground. Who knows what I didn't even really get a chance to look at the loot. And this guy comes back. He's still attacking me. In robes, by the way, so I put on my tank gear. I always bring a decent amount of tank gear, which really helps when tanking clans and other people here. It makes it very hard to die unless there's just enough people on me. And I kind of do a bad job of looting here. I kind of spam clicking. The loot has definitely appeared for all those other people, so I try to grab what I can. But unfortunately, I missed out on a good amount of it. But still, very, very weird clip. It's always extremely disappointing. That's the same guy, by the way, who had the thing. The ballista. It's just kind of disappointing that I couldn't kill that guy, but I pretty much did all I could before I got PK'd, or PJ'd rather, and I do get away safely here. I didn't bother killing this guy. He was just in D-hide. So there are, of course, the new Australian worlds, even though I do hear that they are actually routed through California. Not sure how you could figure that one out. But anyway, so I decided to check them because I was having a hard time finding people killing this. And yeah, I found these people, these Australians, trying to kill him. And Gmall didn't really come through there. Doesn't always happen, but my execution in this clip was mostly good, other than this little hiccup right here. So, like I said, it's very hard to kill both of them, but just had to focus on one, and if I can get 2, that's an extra bonus. I have to be careful about the boss. The boss can hit very high as well, or not really high, but it hits kind of fast and pretty accurately as well, and I am in robes. And you have to pray range because of the little scorpions, so you can't really pray melee, or you'll get totally fucked. And yeah, so just using the new hotkeys here, getting used to them. I'm still at the point where I kind of have to think about it a little bit before I use the hotkeys, but that's slowly starting to change. Like I have to think, okay, use the mouse button, and we can go to F4. But Augury and Rigor are certainly a big help for these PK trips because you don't have to do multiple prayer switches, just move it over one. Whereas like before, you'd have to go Mystic Might and then maybe Steel Skin. Now you can just go straight up to Augury, Rigor, and Piety, and they're all in the same place. There was a poll to change it so you can move the prayer things around. I don't know why that didn't pass. I mean, you pretty much, like, there's really no downside to that, but I don't know. People vote no on a lot of things, which I don't understand, but I don't agree with everything that is voted into the game either, so. This guy did something kind of smart. He tried to juke me out and do a little Hail Mary there and run back and then forth, but luckily I was still in range. Barrage has a range of 10 squares, so it's pretty hard to outrun it, but if you do get gap on someone, you can definitely make a run for it. But not much loot from this guy, but definitely a pretty well executed kill. I have to say, nothing crazy. You know, I'm not switching combat styles every single tick and stuff like some people like to do, but then again, I'm not making many mistakes in doing so either, so getting better at it. So here's a clip with a lot of backstory to it that requires a lot of explaining. So I like to do a lot of PKing on the 2K worlds, and in this clip I find someone who I know a little bit. He's basically another YouTuber. He actually makes pretty decent videos, and my policy is kind of the same as Bodhi's. What Bodhi always says is, well, people always tell him, oh, Emily's at, you know, the Slayer Cave, go and kill her. He's like, no, I'm not going to go, like, stream snipe or hunt down people if I know where they are. Like, if I see someone streaming and they're at a certain place and you can go kill them, I'm not going to just go stream snipe them. But if I happen to run into them, it's fair game for a fight. So that's basically what happened here. This guy was on my friends list, and completely out of the blue, I did not know he was here. And just watch what happens. I see him. Look at this. He's killing his friend, and which I learned later is his friend. And in this clip, I'm using teleblock because I'm PKing close to the lever. So I teleblock him very quickly here, and then entangle him, and then the fight starts. So like I said, I do want to go for a 1v1 here. You know, I'm not just trying to kill people who are only defenseless. I do want to do 1v1s, and I don't think he was quite ready for it. I'm getting some pretty decent specs in here with this Tribrid setup, and definitely, you know, making good use of different combat styles. I'm not sure why he didn't pray. His friend appears to PJ him briefly and then logs out to abandon him. And then, yeah, what happens here, I don't think he realizes he's teleblocked. I don't know if he panicked a little bit here, but I start to just DPS with the Magic Shortbow, kind of like an Elva Mage-esque type setup with the Magic Shortbow and the Mystic Bottoms and the DI top. Always one of my favorite setups, and the Magic Shortbow can be actually pretty effective at dealing damage very quick. And I don't understand his strategy here. He just kind of fights back at the last second. Maybe he was panicking, but nevertheless, I do KO him. And we got some pretty juicy loot, so let's take a look. Uncharged Toxic Trident. Damn, that's actually pretty damn... That's a lot of money. Kraken Tentacle, Zulrah Scales, a ton of runes, so I'll never really be sure quite what happened in that clip or why he was attacking his friend or why he was scolded. You can't use a Toxic Trident on other players, so I'm not sure like what the deal with that is. Maybe he was like PKing people at Scorpia, or I don't know, luring someone. I have no idea, honestly, but let's take a look at a price check. So this time we did kill someone who was Scold, and yeah, pretty damn good loot. The Toxic Trident is 2.5 mil, a little bit of Zulrah Scales, Kraken Tentacle, and coming away with some bank there, which is really not too bad for the time we spent. You know, just a very lucky situation, 1 in a million, just finding someone else there and taking care of it. So as I mentioned, Scorpia is a very popular place for teams to PK at, and the worst thing you'd ever want to happen is for a team to be there when you log in, and this is what's going to happen right here. So I log in and I see other skulls, so I get the hell in the cave. I want to get away from these people as soon as possible. Sometimes you can log out in the cave, but very rarely, so I'm kind of safe in here, but outside is instant death, so there's really nowhere to go. So I wait for everyone to come in to see what's going on. You know, maybe they don't realize I'm not part of their clan, and I just make a run for it. Kind of taking the initiative is the biggest thing you have to do when escaping. If you have a little bit of an opportunity, that was my only escape here, you have to take it. So once I'm in single combat here, I'm very safe because obviously you can't get piled by a huge clan, and it only looked like that was 4 or 5 people, but I guarantee there could be easily 10 more logging in. And yeah, so made it out safely, but you always have to be on your feet when you're PKing, even if you don't plan on getting on too many 1v1s. So of course, one of the new reasons to kill Scorpia is part of a Slayer task. Continuing with the theme of Wilderness Rejuvenation, there was an update a month or 2 ago where you can get Slayer tasks now in the wilderness, which is such a cool concept to bring more people into the wilderness and more risk and all sort of that stuff. So I do find a girl here doing a Slayer task, and I play this pretty smart, I think. I accidentally leave because I'm so used to leaving because I'm having to hop constantly because most of the worlds are empty. But I realize that she is trapped in there. She cannot leave, so I stand in the middle here because I want to see exactly what cave she's going to come out of. I think there's another one east, which would have been the smartest one to come out of, but she's not coming out, so I have to come in and pursue her here. But yeah, once she's out, I know she's frozen, but she can still go in and out the cave. But you can stack damage when it doesn't negate the damage when you go in and out of the cave. I don't have a spec here because I just use it on someone else. So this is gonna I'm just gonna have to make sure she runs out of food eventually. And she's basically trying to do the same thing that I was doing, where you go in and out of the cave until you get them confused, and then you make a run for it. And I decided to go north in the cave. I think she would just do that to outsmart her. I think she would just go to the north here because I wouldn't expect it, but I kind of anticipated it. So it's a little mind game in that sense. And I made a mistake here actually turning on Smite. I got a little ahead of myself because you can see how much damage I'm taking from the range here. So I definitely do not want to do that for very long. She freezes me, but for some reason I'm able to move again. I'm not sure what happened there, but just can catch this freeze here. She almost made it she almost got out of range from the barrage, but the barrage can do quite a lot of damage. I do use the imbued heart before I come out here, and look at that barrage KO. So nothing too crazy in terms of loot, a good amount of runes, but still a pretty nicely executed kill. So here's a clip where two things happen. I don't perform very well. This was one of the earlier clips where I was getting used to the new mouse settings and used to the new hotkeys. So I first of all forget to turn the attack options on because this was the first time I was PKing of the day, and just had to focus on this one guy here, and he looks like it's going to get away, so I switched to this other guy here. Leave the cave, decide to leave at the other entrance here, and I'm speeding this up because this is nothing new for you guys really, but look at how many times I splashed. That was like 3 in a row. Finally get a little bit of a hit here. He was pretty smart here to freeze me. I think that's always a good strategy if you can do it safely. It's kind of risky because if he skulled, he would lose a lot of things, presumably, so I don't usually like to fight back in these types of situations because it's rare to find solo PKers, and you could very easily accidentally skull and lose so much more than what you're going to lose if you just die normally. So just continuing to well on this guy. The whip can actually do a lot of damage. You have to be very careful bringing anything into multi-combat because you can easily get smited, as you almost saw at the beginning of this video. So if I did lose the whip, it wouldn't be the end of the world. It only has like 50 charges on it left, but I can protect it as my +1, but it wouldn't be the end of the world to lose it. So I wouldn't bring like claws or AGS here because there is a very good chance of getting smited by a clan, especially if the word gets out that you're PKing with a very good +1 item in the wilderness. It can definitely attract a clan. So look how bad this is, and look how many times I splash. So there's a splash, and this other guy comes out of nowhere, which makes me nervous because I don't want to accidentally hit him. And so I splash again, and this guy's out of food, he's out of run. Splash again, and then watch this. One more shot at this because he ran around, splash again, and that he gets away. So extremely unlucky there. I don't know how the hell I splashed so many times. I have decent mage bonus. I have 99 mage. I'm using augury, and I like to use the imbued heart before I go out as well. I even have the beacon ring. It's a quest item which gives magic bonus, getting every little bit of magic bonus that I really can while not bringing insane gear to the wilderness. And I still splashed quite a lot of times, but that happens sometimes. You can't get mad about it. Splashing does happen. Magic is not a very accurate form of combat, so especially when I'm sure this guy had a high mage level as well. So it happens sometimes. You just have to brush it off. Here's a clip I forgot to record. This was a guy I spec'd out with like 90 HP at Scorpia with the Gmaul, and it's just kind of sad that I didn't record it because it was a really cool KO, and I wasn't streaming or anything either, so no sort of like past broadcast to pull it off of. I certainly would have if that was an option, but yeah, this is some loot you can expect from Scorpia killers. Just a lot of rune items, a lot of D-skims. Pretty good boss to kill. I do recommend killing this boss if you want a very easy pet to get, and if you just want to make some money on the side. So I've been talking about clans all video, and I log into another PK here, and I know that when there's smoke, there's fire. I want to freeze this guy and just run away before he can freeze me, and unfortunately the worst possible thing happens. He freezes me right next to him. So I try to, if I can kill this guy really quick, maybe I can get some extra food before the PKers come to tank this skull, or tank this I was almost about to say tank this clan here. I put on the tank gear and actually do a pretty decent job. They're hitting a lot of zeros on my defense here. Made sure to have my defense as high as possible. And there's the trash talk that I'm talking about, fucking noob. He's calling me a fucking noob when he needs 10 people to kill me. That's exactly what I'm talking about. But I'm doing a very good job of tanking here. I did kind of want to get my prayer up at the end here. That might have been a little bit of a mistake. But no way you can really survive that. And I did get smited for the whip, but that whip had about 19 charges left on it, so I'm really not too worried. So that's going to do it for the video today, guys. I do actually have more clips, but this video is already 20 minutes long. The clips I showed you guys were the clips of just the last day and a half of PKing at Scorpia. So certainly can make some more deep Wildy PKing videos in the future if you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you guys do. I also do have some clips for like rune fight PKing. That could definitely be another video. But yeah, I'm happy with how this turned out. Always fun to deep Wildy PK. Like I said, a lot of excitement for me just to be in deep wilderness, knowing there's no safety nearby, and it's kill or be killed essentially. And yeah, so that's about it for the video. Please like if you enjoyed. Definitely helps me out. I really appreciate it. You guys are the best as always. And subscribe if you haven't already. And you can join the clan chat, Andrew AJT62. That'll be up on screen, and you can follow me on Twitch. The first clip was from a PKing stream, which I did, so maybe I'll do some more of those in the future. And you could also follow me on Twitter down below to check out my OS Rouse updates pretty much daily. But also join the Discord. That'll be in the description. Ton of people in there now, so always very fun. And yeah, that's about it for the video. I will see you guys very soon, and have a good weekend.